Hey everyone, welcome to another episode. I'm Josh Sommers. We appreciate all your support and our growing audience. I can't thank my team at Focus Media enough and all the support and the guests that we've had. Our show talks about news, politics, and business in the Hudson Valley. But this week, we actually have a very important guest that helps cancer patients and their families in need and is a very worthwhile charity and an important organization. Casey MacDonald, the founder of Hudson Valley Cancer, is with us this week. Casey, it is so great to see you, and thank you for joining us on my show.
Thanks, Josh. Thanks for having me.
So I know you started your organization, Hudson Valley Cancer, 10 years ago, and I had the chance to meet you early on, thanks to a meeting with Jimmy Smith, who I think most people know in the Hudson Valley.
Yes. Jimmy's extraordinary. We met because of Jimmy. He brought me to you to see how we could move our organization forward.
You and I instantly had a bond. You told me about your cancer story, which I'd like, if okay with you, share.
Sure.
But we connected because I lost my mom when she was 42 of breast cancer. And over the years, I've tried to do so many things to raise awareness and also raise money to help cancer patients in need. I even DJ'd an event called Dance for the Cure that I DJ'd
Oh, maybe
back in the day.
we should bring that back.
Yeah, I don't know if you want me on the ones and twos, but definitely we should talk about it.
Okay.
So before we talk about Hudson Valley Cancer, maybe you could share a little bit what inspired you to start it and found it.
Yeah, absolutely. I was 2 years old when my father was first diagnosed with cancer, and then my daughter was 2 years old when I was diagnosed with lymphoma. And back then, I was a young adult. I was the mom of two small children, and there were no organizations for young adults or young women with cancer. And fast forward 11 years later, my father and my husband were both diagnosed 6 weeks apart with incurable cancers. And the landscape hadn't really changed much between the time I was diagnosed and my husband was diagnosed. And in the meantime, I had went back to school. I had gotten a master's in health advocacy, had become a patient advocate for other families going through the cancer process.
Right.
And then realized local families really needed a helping hand to figure out exactly all of the issues that were going to crop up during their diagnosis. They needed a hand, and cancer is really hard. So
if you're dealing with a cancer diagnosis, how do you help someone navigate all of the things they need to know?
So we guide you through the process of your diagnosis. We help you figure out how to get a second opinion. We'll provide you with questions that you can ask at your doctor's appointment for your second opinion. And then we help you solve all of the quality of life issues that are going to come up during your cancer diagnosis.
So you, if I understand correctly, and I kind of do understand, but for the purposes of the interview, for our audience. So if someone has cancer, they can go to your website, they can call your office, and they say, I'm trying to find the right oncologist that has this specialty.
Right.
You can guide them through that?
Yeah, we can definitely help them with that. That's actually one of our specialties, is figuring out who the best of the best is according to your cancer. I always recommend patients go and get a second opinion just to confirm the original diagnosis and make sure you're on the right track with your treatment options, and to do that at a comprehensive cancer center. And a comprehensive cancer center is one that has dedicated departments for each individual cancer. So if you have lymphoma, like I had, you want a lymphoma specialist. You don't want, you're not going to go to a breast cancer specialist if you have lymphoma.
Sure. By way of example, are there certain types of cases that you might be able to walk us through from start to finish, how you participated and helped them?
Sure. So we see about 650 patients a year.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's incredible. What an impact.
Yeah, which is a lot. So over the past 10 years, we've probably helped anywhere between 5,000 and 6,000 patients.
Incredible.
And navigated them through their cancer journey. We get every type of question, anything related to your cancer. It could be, how am I going to take care of my kids when I have cancer? Or how am I going to afford this cancer? Or we even get the questions of children calling saying, can you talk to my parent because they don't want to go through treatment? It's anything and everything related to your cancer. locally, we've had patients that have had referrals that we've made for them to go down to, say, the city and get their treatment down there. I have one woman that calls me every year on her anniversary. Now she's been 6 years cancer-free, and she'll call our office every year and send cookies over to the staff and says, it's because of you I'm still alive, which is really a powerful metaphor for what we do.
So you must have an incredible level of support, volunteers, certain professionals that can help your patients and advise them. So
We do.
it must be pretty rewarding in a lot of ways. But tell me about your support network of others that help.
Well, it's just like anything else that you're doing that's really vital. There's always a community around you that make it so that you can do this work. Like we don't operate in a silo where it truly takes a village for everyone to pile on and give us a hand. We have great corporate sponsors like Walden Savings Bank, Mid-Hudson Valley Federal Credit Union, Orange County Ironworks. Dan Tuttle has been extraordinary trying to help us raise money every year. Everybody got crushed by the pandemic, and we didn't. We were still able to keep our head above water and still operate. Our doors never closed for patients and their families. We were there every day. And that's because of the network that we have around us. I mean, just fantastic people. Maureen Hallahan from the Orange County Partnership. I mean, you know a lot of these people.
Of course. So if someone had an issue, they needed advice in certain area, quality of life, like you said, or finding the right physician or local treatment, whatever it may be, how do they get in touch with you? What's the front door?
They can call our office in Montgomery, which is 845-457-5000, or they can go to our website, which is hudsonvalleycancer.org. It's a brand new website that we just put up. It has filters where you can actually put in your age group, whether you're female, male, whether you're a veteran or not, the county in which you live, and then you can just filter through all of the things that you're looking for. So if you need caretaking assistance, if you need hospice care, financial assistance, support groups, legacy trips, camps, all of those things are available, and then they'll pull up on one sheet for you.
What's the most rewarding part of Hudson Valley Cancer now that you've been around 10 years, you founded it, you have a personal story? What's the most rewarding part of that?
The most rewarding is just knowing that our organization exists to help patients through this very, very difficult time in their life. This isn't a blip in the road. This is something that dramatically changes your life. I live this every day. I have a spouse with incurable cancer who really should have been dead 5 years ago, 10 years ago. And it's really because of the knowledge that I have and the access to healthcare providers that he's still alive today. And that's what really drives me. What drives me is getting those phone calls from patients saying, I'm still here because of you.
I would cry all day. I mean, I would cry frequently I'm a crier.
Yeah, it's
got to be amazing what you do. I know it is.
It's tough. I mean, it's hard because you're dealing with people whose lives have just basically been interrupted and have changed on a dime. And there are days when I'll get in my car and I'll just be like, oh my God, like what a day. And it literally takes the breath out of me. But then I get up the next morning and I'm like right back at it. And how can we help? Because I'm blessed. I'm thrilled. I'm just ecstatic that I'm here 27 years later. I mean, one day I was walking around talking to everybody that I saw that day going, I'm here. And of course they thought I was, crazy, but
well, that's every year's a win, right?
Every year's a win. To survive 27 years with cancer, I mean,
keep it going.
Yeah, exactly.
So you have the coolest fundraisers, and can
Thank
you
you.
This is an opportunity for our audience to know how to get involved. So can you talk about it? I was shooting clay pigeons one year.
Yeah.
You had the
you have to do that again this year.
Yes, the Great Guys event. Tell us a little bit about how you guys raise money.
So we're a small nonprofit, and we really try to just set ourselves apart from every other nonprofit in the region. And we came up with the Great Guys event, which honored 4 extraordinary guys that helped us start the organization, really just push us forward.
It was fun, like all types of stations, different types of food and experiences,
Yeah.
certain types of craft beverages that
Yep.
were available. So that was a special
Yeah.
event. Yeah.
Well, we got reamed out because it was an all guys event, and
Yeah.
the women were kind of ticked off that they weren't allowed in. But it was a fun event. We did it for 4 years before the pandemic hit us in 2020, and then we also added the Great Gals in
That's great.
2019.
That's awesome.
So this year for our 10-year
Were
anniversary.
men allowed to that though? I want to know.
No,
Okay, all right.
no, it was strictly.
It is kind of
strictly
hard to
girls.
have the exclusive event, but that's your call.
It was fun, and they were both really successful events. I mean, by the
great.
time we had the last one in 2019, there were 350 men there, which
Great.
that was a big event. So made a lot of money for us.
All right, so we talked about a serious topic, but you are in the circle of friends here, so we are going to play a little game before you
Okay.
go, if that's all right.
Sure.
I told you I'd be pulling this one. So
Okay,
This is a
okay.
little easier. We typically do trivia, but we want to try something else. We're going to play a little word association.
Yeah, as long as
We-
you're not asking me about planets and
No,
you know, that
those are
type
some
of
tough.
stuff.
We had some tough questions.
Yeah, they were.
So I'm going to say a word, and you have to move really fast.
Okay.
And you have to say what comes to mind first. This is just for
Okay.
fun.
Okay,
All right, you ready?
I'm ready.
Here we go. Orange County,
Beautiful.
Twitter,
Don't use it.
Snow White,
My brothers,
Lions,
tigers,
Bridge,
Otterkill Road,
sorry, Monopoly,
oh, lots of money.
Novel,
Love it. Reading,
Spielberg,
brilliant.
Bagel,
Don't touch them.
don't need those carbs, Travel,
Oh, passion.
you did pretty well.
Thank you.
Yeah, it did very well.
Thank you.
So what my firm, Focus Media, would like to do is we'd like to give you a donation of $250.
Oh, thank you.
And we got to do more. We have to do more
Yeah,
again.
definitely. I
Yeah.
appreciate that.
Yeah.
We really appreciate that.
And this community very much appreciates what you do and how
Oh,
many
thank you.
people and families you help.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Thank you again for checking out our show. You can find us online at The Josh Summers Show on YouTube and Facebook. Also visit the site for archives of our show at joshsummers.com. Casey MacDonald, just an incredible person to have on our show. I'll tell you that as someone that has been impacted by cancer and had a lot of tragedy related to that, Casey does such important work for cancer patients and their families. We hope to see you soon. We will see you soon. And visit us anytime, joshsummers.com. Have a good day.